Hello and welcome to Simplified Guitar. In this lesson, I'm going to be teaching you how to play the song Glorious Day by Kristian Stanfill. This song was recommended by Patron Israel Wright. Thank you, Israel, for your song suggestion. Now, before I break this song down and explain it to you, I'm going to go ahead and play through the whole thing for you first, and then afterwards, I'll explain all the details. So make sure to stick around for that. For now, let's go ahead and play through the song.
I was buried beneath my shame. Who could carry that kind of weight? It was my tomb till I met you. I was breathing but not alive. All my failures I tried to hide. It was my tomb till I met you. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. Now your mercy has saved my soul. Now your freedom is all that I know. The old made new, Jesus, when I met you. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. I needed rescue, my sin was heavy, but chains break at the weight of your glory. I needed shelter, I was an orphan. Now you call me a citizen of heaven. When I was broken, you were my healing. Now your love is the air that I'm breathing. I have a future, my eyes are open, 'cause when you call my name, I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day.
Okay, now before I break this song down, if you would like to check out the chord chart for this song, you can click right up there to head over to my Patreon page. Now for this song, I'm going to be using the C chord family. So I'm going to be using the C chord. I'm also going to be using the A minor 7, which is very simple to get to from the C. You just remove that third finger and bam, you're there on the A minor 7. Then I'm going to be playing an F over C. Very nice F alternative in the C chord family. We don't have to bar anything. And then I believe we also have a G a little bit later on. Or am I wrong? Yes, we have a G in the bridge. So, yep, we're just going to be using those 4 chords, and that is the 1, 4, 5, and 6 of the scale. Again, this is a very, very common thing with worship music, is to use the 1, 4, 5, 6 of the scale. Hundreds and hundreds of worship songs will do this. So once you learn those 4 chords, you can play so many worship songs. So that's a great thing. All right, so in terms of chords, it's not difficult. The challenge is going to be this strum pattern. Now, the strum pattern is one that I call the hyperdrive pattern. So we're going to be doing just down strums all the way through, and it's going to be 8 beats long, okay? So we have 8 down strums and then an up strum after beat 8 to lead into the repeat, okay? But what's really important for this strum pattern to work is the emphasis, where we're putting that emphasis. So for this pattern, we want to emphasize beat 1, 4, and 7. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so where we put that emphasis is very important. Okay, and it's a good idea to just mute your strings and practice it like that, counting the beats out loud, putting that emphasis on 1, 4, and 7. Okay, so that would sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. And you can do that until you feel you have it set to memory before you start applying it to a song. Now, this is also a very, very useful pattern to learn for praise songs that are more upbeat. It can be used for a lot of those songs. So it's a good one to know. Now, I'm doing something called palm muting in this song for the verses and for the bridge. And then I leave that palm muting behind when I go into the chorus. And that is a way to add some dynamics to the song, to go from quiet to loud and back and forth, just to add some that dynamics there. So with palm muting, basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be hitting the strings with the palm of your strumming hand while you strum at the same time. So you're strumming the strings and hitting the strings with your palm simultaneously. It sounds a bit bad when you do it just with one strum, but when you're strumming quickly, it creates kind of like a percussive sound with the notes that you're playing at the same time. And it's, again, just a great way to add those dynamics into a song. So we're going to be doing that palm muting in the verses, and then when we get to the chorus, or even that line right before the chorus, we're going to leave that behind and let our strings fully resonate and go to some just full strums, okay? Now you'll notice I kind of go back and forth when I'm palm muting. I like to do it further back on the strings, closer to the bridge. And then when I go into my full strums, I come more over the sound hole, okay? And that's just a matter of personal preference. It's a bit harder to palm mute over here. It's easier to do it over here because the strings don't move as much when you're closer to the bridge. Over here, they kind of give too much to do some clean palm muting. So I do my palm muting back here. But then when I go to my full strums, I come back towards the area over the sound hole just to have that fuller sound. Okay? All right. So, yeah. So, we're holding the C chord a lot for this song. At the very beginning, we've got that C. Let's see, we've got. Another thing I want to mention is that whenever you start this song, it's a good idea to just play that C for about 1 or 2 measures before you start singing, so you can set the tempo and you can set the key, so you come in on the right key when you're singing. Okay, so we have 1 measure of this C.
I was buried beneath my shame.
So we got 4 measures. Once we start the song, there's 4 measures of that C, okay, before we switch to the A minor.
Who could carry that kind of weight?
And then 4 measures of the A minor.
It was my tune.
And then 2 measures of the F.
Till I met you.
And then 2 measures of the C.
I was breathing.
And then when we get to that next line, we start that all over again. 4 measures of C, 4 measures of A minor, 2 of F, 2 of C, and then we'll repeat. Okay?